Hi kabayan, wherever you are, whether in Torino, Texas, or Timbuktu, we all want to improve our finances. In this video, let's have a little chat. Let us search why looking poor is the best. There is a trend going on nowadays, kabayan, that looking poor is very important. But let's discuss why looking poor is not the best decision. Yes, kabayan, let's get one thing straight. Pretending to be poor is actually a terrible idea. Sure, it might sound good in theory. The whole look poor to get rich advice is trendy, especially online, where influencers strut around in torn shirts and cracked phones while driving rented cars and living in impeccably clean homes overlooking a river or a lake, claiming to be living the secret to wealth. But let me tell you, looking poor is worse than actually being poor. Why? Because at least when you're actually poor, you're not faking it. You're just living your life. Here's a reality check, my friends. As of 2024, according to the World Bank, around 44% of the global population, that's about 3.5 billion people, are living in poverty, surviving on less than $7 a day. Yes, you read that right. $7. You know how much a latte or barako costs at most coffee shops? Yeah, more than $7. So it's safe to say that we're already poor enough. No need to go around faking it for Instagram. But for some reason, kabayan, there's this strange obsession with looking poor in the hopes of becoming rich. I mean, who decided this was a good idea? Hey, let's dress in old clothes, give up basic comforts, and pretend to be struggling, even though we don't have to. Newsflash. Looking poor is not a secret to success. If it was, I'd be living in a shack with flip-flops and a cardboard sign saying working on my next big break. Here's why it's better to just be poor rather than look poor. You know what's tiring? Pretending. Trying to convince the world you're broke when you're actually just saving for something better. You've got to constantly scrunch for vintage clothes that are way too big for you. Eat instant noodles for lunch and act like a disaster while inwardly you're managing your budget just fine. It's like playing a part in a movie you didn't audition for. The stress alone could probably take a few years off your life. So just be content, folks. If you can afford a roof over your head, food in your belly, and Wi-Fi, you're doing better than a lot of people in the world. Let's talk about something real, kabayan. Being poor is already tough. It's already a struggle to make ends meet, pay rent, deal with healthcare costs, and save for that rainy day, which always seems to come a little earlier than expected. And now you want to add the stress of faking your way through it just because it's trendy? No, thanks. Let's just be honest about where we're at in life. Not everyone is going to come to your rescue just because you look like you're struggling. The truth is, even those who might feel sorry for you won't change your situation. And honestly, they're probably too busy worrying about their own bills. Do you know how exhausting it is to try and compete with the Jonases who always have the latest gadgets, the freshest outfits, and the Instagram perfect vacations? It's draining. And for what? So you can look like you have it all together? Here's a secret. Contentment is the new luxury. If your circumstances aren't what you want them to be, that's okay. But don't pretend you're something you're not just to get a little validation from people who aren't going to pay your rent. Build your wealth slowly. Work with what you have. And remember, the best investments are often the ones that aren't visible. Health, family, and true friendships. We all know the saying, fake it till you make it. But here's the thing, kabayan. You can't fake real wealth. No amount of shabby clothes, frugal diets, or pretending to not know what Wi-Fi is will make you rich. True wealth comes from patience, hard work, and diligence. It's about building up savings, investing wisely, and taking care of your mental and physical health. Riches aren't always measured in dollar signs. Sometimes they're measured in peace of mind, health, and relationships that will be there for you, even when your bank account isn't looking great. It's a bit rich when some well-meaning wealthy person tells you to look poor to get rich. Really? Let's see them give up their luxury cars, expensive dinners, and private jets. Guess what? They won't. Instead of listening to the fake crowd, let's focus on what we can control. Building our skills, investing in your future, and making small improvements in your life. Success takes time, and it's okay to be in a place where you're still working your way up. Fake poverty won't make or won't speed up the process. Sure, things could always be better, but they could always be worse. If you're reading or watching this and you have access to the internet, a roof over your head, or even a little change in your pocket, you are ahead of the game. So let's just drop the pretense and be grateful for what we've got. Yes, the real wealth is in being grateful. Happiness doesn't come from looking poor. It comes from appreciating what's real, what's yours, and the people you love around you. So, kabayan, the next time someone tells you to look poor to get rich, you can confidently shake your head and say, thanks, but I'll pass. Life's hard enough without pretending. It's harder than it actually is. Don't waste your time trying to fit into the narrative, just a trend on social media. Focus on what really matters: your physical and mental health, your family, and your ability to make the best of your situation. Being poor is one thing, but looking poor, that's a choice we don't need to make. Thanks, Kabayan, for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. These ones that you just saw here on the screen, this is where we are reacting on, and there's no intention to breach copyright. Thank you for listening.